Here is Steffi Graf, 50 years after Dawn Budge, with Gabriela Sabatini. Graf attempting to duplicate the feats of Dawn Budge, Rod Laver, Maureen Connolly, Margaret Court. One has to wonder what's racing through her mind, if anything. Can she be as cool as she usually appears? Moments before the biggest match of her young life. We'll return for the Women's Championship in just a moment. Quite a scene on the stadium court. You're looking at the photographers here scurrying about back to their positions after getting the photographs of Graf and Sabatini arriving at the court. The young ladies are about to take their warm-up, and they have to wait for the court to be cleared in order to find a little room to take a hit. There is Steffi Graf. And while we have this moment as they warm up, let's go out and join Pat O'Brien.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. With former President Jimmy Carter, who is a big tennis fan. Is this the match you came to see today, Mr. President?
Well, the next one and this one, yes, those two.
What do you think about Steffi Graf's match today?
Well, I think Steffi is probably the best athlete of this year, not only in tennis, but maybe all put together. She's extraordinary. I've never seen her play in person, but obviously watch her often. And of course, Gabriela is extraordinary, both as a tennis player and also as a beautiful woman. So we're excited about seeing this match. And the Agassi match coming up with Lendl is, I think, going to be the highlight of the day, maybe.
Hope you enjoy your day. Thank you for joining us.
I already have enjoyed it. Thank you.
President Jimmy Carter, let's go back to you.
All right, Pat, as we watch Graf and Sabatini, we'll be returning with this Women's Championship match, so highly anticipated. A full house on hand. Join us. Stay with us.
At the USTA's National Tennis Center, Flushing Meadow. Coming up, Steffi Graf against Gabriela Sabatini in the women's final. Stadium at the tennis center.
2 minutes.
A very short while will be absolutely packed. In anticipation of can Steffi Graf accomplish that Grand Slam? What do you think?
I think she can, Pat, and I am really excited. I mean, this is history. Only 2 other women have ever done this, so to be here, to see it, be able to bring it to our viewers and be able to watch it personally is a tremendous thrill for me. I'm really very anxious.
Mary, what do you see as Sabatini's strategy being if she has a chance to win?
Well, Gabriela says what she's really got going for her is that Steffi knows that Gabby can beat her. She's done it twice already this year, and Gabriela says she's got to be very tough mentally. What has always worried Graf in the past about Sabatini's game is the way she hits the ball. Sabatini hits an ugly ball. By that I mean that there's a lot of spin on it. It jumps around. There's no other player in the world, certainly not another woman, who plays the kind of tennis that Sabatini does, and that bothers Graf because she can't. It's a lot harder for Graf to hit winners against that kind of a ball.
I noticed when you were talking with Mats Wilander before, he remarked about how windy it is down there.
Yeah, I think because both players hit through the ball so much, it shouldn't bother one or the other so much. But the thing is that Graf is so much faster than Sabatini that she'll have a big advantage in the footwork department. You got to work so much harder footwork-wise in the wind to just keep adjusting. And Graf's footwork is so much cleaner that gives her a very big advantage.
Find your seats quickly, please.
I do agree. I just think Steffi Graf has a mission. I think she's going to accomplish it. She hits the ball hard. She moves well. She's very confident. And perhaps the fact that she's lost 2 out of 3 times to Sabatini this year will deepen her resolve. I just don't think that she's going to let this opportunity get away.
Steffi Graf and her road to that Grand Slam.
Dropped only 1 set the whole time, and that was, of course, to Martina. Martina had won the first set of Wimbledon and was up 2-love in the second, and then Graf just ran away with that. The hype now, of course, it's not enough that Graf could win a Grand Slam. Now they're calling her chances of winning a Golden Slam good because she'll be trying right after the U.S. Open to win a gold medal at the Olympics.
Would you bet against her in the Olympics?
Nope.
Wouldn't bet against her anywhere.
You might have seen that graphic. She's only lost 4 times in the last 2 years. You talk about taking over a sport. For all those years we've talked about Chris and Martina. The youngsters have taken over.
And for the first time since 1974, neither Chris nor Martina has made it to the U.S. Open final.
You just wonder how much better she's going to get.
Here we go.
Graf serving.
Love 15.
You mentioned, Tony, that Graf has only lost 4 times in the last 2 years. Only to 2 players as well. Martina beat her at Wimbledon and here in the final last year. Sabatini's beaten her twice in '88.
Love 30.
Take a good look at that, because you're
15,
going to
30.
see it a lot. Not only this match, but in the years to come.
That's the big weapon.
Another thing, if this match is a fairly long match, the fact that Sabatini has to work so hard on all the points and jerks back and forth, puts on the brake, stops, starts, that really takes a lot out of you.
Forty, 30.
Graf serving at 40-30.
Game Graf. First game.
Graf wins first game, first set. Sabatini serving. This is their second serve. Graf won the first game.
Love 15.
That is also, I think, something we're going to see throughout this match, is that if Sabatini misses her first serve, Steffi's going to try to step around, just powder that forehand and put Sabatini on the defensive immediately.
OSVALDO Sabatini, distinguished looking gray haired gentleman on the left.
Got to think of the pressure, both so anxious for their daughters.
The last time Sabatini beat Graf was at Amelia Island earlier this year. And OSVALDO had
30,
run out of
15.
cigarettes. He went through a couple of packs during
I'll
that
bet.
long 3-set match. And he went up to the guy next to him, said to him, "Are you Sabatini's father?" And he said, "Yes." And he handed him a cigarette and said, "Here, you need this more than I do." Got her.
40, 15.
Angel Jimenez has been coaching Sabatini for over a year now, and he's been working on her serve more than anything.
Game Sabatini.
Games are 1-all first set.
1-all.
Smart play by Steffi.
15
Bringing
love.
Gabriela, you know, if she gets there but can't do anything with it, now she has to guess. She never stops. She just keeps going to her left. Made it pretty easy for Steffi.
$15 love.
Game is not that easy. Hit a winner from that far behind the baseline where your opponent can't even get over and get a racket on it. And Steffi, perhaps in her excitement to start this match, has that toss extra high. She always has tossed a little bit high, but it is way up there today so far.
Steffi's hardest match these last 2 weeks came against Patty Fendick in the 4th round. She lost a service game drop and afterwards said of it, "I shouldn't have lost a game to her when I was serving. I was really impatient and I wasn't concentrating." And that was 6-4, 6-2.
Game Graf.
2-1 Graf, first set.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station. Steffi Graf, of course, on the left, and Gabriela Sabatini on the right in 1985.
The future has become the present.
Both have gotten stronger and better.
In 1984, I rode back from Wimbledon in a car with a young little thin blonde girl, and I said, "Hi, I'm Tony Traber. What's your name?" She said, "Steffi Graf." And she was 14, scared to death, but she said, "I'm just playing here." And I said, "Well, I hope we'll see you, you know, good luck to you and follow your career." And here it is.
Did you have any idea then that she would develop like
None.
this?
I hadn't seen her play.
Patty Fendick, the one player who played her closely this whole U.S. Open, said, "I think that 98% of the players who go against Steffi are scared to death. They don't go out and stick to any kind of game plan that makes sense."
She has a way of negating game plans too,
Yeah.
doesn't she, with the thunder and her strokes. She doesn't let a lot of people do a lot of things to her.
That's the one she'll jump on.
15-30.
And a few of those will make Sabatini then say, well, maybe I could just spin my first serve in, then you take that weapon away completely. Not that the Sabatini first serve is the best in the world.
It's not bad. Michael Douglas looks a little different.
I hope he's getting ready for some part. His pop loves to play. Kirk loves to play tennis, has a court in his backyard in Palm Springs.
Gabriela was 2 games away from losing to Larissa Savchenko in the quarterfinal. Was able to pull that one out. The rest has been pretty relaxed.
This is break point now, and Graf gets to look at a second serve. Wouldn't be surprised if she tries to step around and crack the forehand again.
Came to Steffi Graf.
Graf leads 3-1.
This is what she tries to do. When she gets in that backhand corner, she's extremely dangerous because she can hit it either direction. I actually feel she's less effective on the forehand if she's in the forehand corner, because when she goes cross court, oftentimes she tops it more, doesn't have as much pace on it.
She leads 3-1.
That's what you end up doing against Graf as well. You go for improbable winners. Whoa!
Like that.
That's sort of improbable.
15 all.
Watch how quickly. Well, let's see where Steffi finishes. She finishes follow through, takes one little step. Whoops. Gone. 15 all. Unreal. Now she was what, 6 or 8 feet behind the baseline. Sabatini's right in the middle of the court. Now watch where Sabatini's in the far court. She's right in the middle, and she doesn't have a chance to get to it. Fantastic. 30-15. Somebody's yelling out during that point.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet please during the point. Thank you.
You know, that's the one thing you hope doesn't happen in a match like this, that there are any disruptions or any bad calls at a crucial time. Let's hope this is a clean one, whoever wins it. Break point now for Gabriela. And that time she had Graf on the defensive on the run the whole point.
And Gabby really needs this one right here, or else Graf will gallop off at the first set.
Sabatini.
Got the break. Graf leads 3-2 in the first set. Sabatini, that's the first point of game number 6.
Love 15.
It's love 15. Second ace for Sabatini. Looking down at the stadium, which is now packed, from the Fuji blimp, piloted by John Hallowell and Gordon Hewitt.
Got to be careful with that heavily sliced backhand when the wind is at your back, because it carries it, just floats it long.
Wind is considerably stronger than it was when the day began.
That was a nice deep second serve there. Not a whole lot on it, but deep. Missed it.
Game Sabatini.
Graf really ran through that volley, didn't stop and get set up.
3-all.
Here's OSVALDO's. Yeah, okay, 3-all. I know my dad used to watch me play, and he got prematurely gray. Wondering what on earth I was doing after I was making all those shots and missing so many. That is Sabatini doing all that grunting. Here's Steffi looking for an out call. She looks over. I see she keeps bouncing. She's upset, but she keeps on playing. That's all you can do. 30 love. Peter Graf.
$40-15.
That's the base linesman that she questioned just a couple of points ago. They do a wonderful job, the lines people here. They deserve a lot of credit. Well, you either have to know something special or guess right, because this one right here, she waits and then goes one way, and then to soften the hand to just drop that ball over, even though it ticked the top of the net. Wonderful shot. I think Sabatini is a more natural volleyer than Graf. She has better instincts. I think that's why she's the better half of that doubles team. I think more natural ability.
At least in that area. Game to Graf, and she leads 4-3 in the first. Now Steffi's over in the doubles alley almost, trying to assure that she gets to the forehand. You know, in some of the rallies that I've seen these two play other matches, Sabatini has hurt Steffi. I mean, hurt Steffi with her backhand down the line in rallies, not just passing shots. So maybe that's part of the reason why Steffi's not stepping around more in the regular rallies, because if she gets too far over in that corner and Gabriela can go down the line with it, she can't get to it. That's the thing. If you're going to be as far over as Graf allows so that she can hit a forehand, you better try to hit a winner. And the thing is, against most players, Graf's forehands are winners when she's this far over into the court. Sabatini gets them back.
Break point here, and a look at a second serve for Graf.
Game to Graf. He leads 5-3 now in the first.
Graf leads 5-3.
He's serving for the first set.
She was not able to hold her serve after she got the first break at 3-1. Sabatini broke her right back.
$15 love. $30 love. $30-15. $40-15.